Sunday. Hello. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can hear me, happy Sunday. We are live today. It's Sunday again. Sorry, you guys. I'm a few minutes late. I'm trying to get something to eat, and it took me a while to fix that and to now put my stuff together. But anyway, we are here now. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing very well. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Okay, yeah, the audio is good. So let the show begin. I'm going to touch on few topics today, so I'm not going to waste so much time on it. First, I would like to say congratulations to Toke Makinwa, to a non-Nigerian. If you're here, Toke Makinwa is only a personality who celebrated her 40th birthday recently, and she has been praying to God for husband, for kids. But I don't know whether she got married in secret, but now she's pregnant and she's expecting, and she broke the news on her show. She has a show, and she broke the news on her show. So it was a thing of joy. She is not playing her husband or anything like that. So I don't know whether she's married. I always say something. I don't like when people have kids out of wedlock. But at the same time, when you reach certain age, you have to be strategic and know what is best for you. You just don't go by what the world think is best anymore. You go by what you think is best for you, because at that stage, I believe you know what is right, what is wrong, how best you can raise your kids with the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding you've gathered through the years. You know that it is best way. There's a best way to raise kids in a very healthy environment. So for her, I will say at this stage of her life, I believe she will know, if you understand what I'm saying, she will know the best way to actually raise her kids, whether to surround a girl, because she did a gender reveal and she's actually expecting a girl. So now she will know how to surround herself, surround her daughter with people that will make impact, people that will do exceedingly with the girl, and people that would direct her in not to go astray. Because see, every girls need their daddy, likewise every boys need their daddy. Everyone need their daddy, but at the same time, people need to realize that it only takes farms to be a father, but it takes love, care, affection, being there emotionally, spiritually, physically, being at that school play and everything to be a daddy. So it's two different things. It only takes sperm to be a father, but it takes more than that to be a daddy. So congratulations to her. I believe she will do the right thing. My DM, I'm not interested. Oh my God. Honestly, should I tell you guys about how I found love even in pregnancy? Okay, another story. Another story. But yeah, I ain't missing nothing. Oh my God, that's gonna be another headline. Why did I say that? Just say that I'm being kept and loved and appreciated. Bye guys. Tell all those your uncles to leave my DM. I'm not interested. Oh my God. That's her in a nutshell. She said she still gets a lot of DM, and also talking about finding love even in pregnancy. So that shows me maybe she went the sperm donor way. Whichever way she decided to do it, age is no more on her side. People need to realize that, because I saw this guy called Solomon Bucci literally coming for her head, saying that, I know coming from a Christian, you need to do it the right way. I don't think she's too old. Like I said in the video I made a couple of months ago, when she was saying that she doesn't even mind to be the fifth, sixth wife, a lot of people thought she was joking. I don't think she was joking at the time because she believed age is no more on her side. But like I said in that video, I have a friend that got married at 45 and she's okay, she's doing well. So I don't think that should be uh I don't think that should be too much controversial. At the same time, I would prefer bringing a child into the assurance that there's going to be a father figure. But don't get it wrong, sometimes the people that are the father, like the real father, they are not there to even father their kids. They're not present. Even though they are there, they are absent. So it takes a lot to be a daddy. Anyway, I'm not feeling fine today. This video is not gonna be that long today. But let me play this video for you about uh about VDM and what he said. I'm moving on. Sorry if I did not tell you. I'm moving on, moving on. Before I go, the story of comfort is going to be the last story I'm going to tackle. But let me show you what I meant by what I put there about VDM and what he said about his fans. About everyone, literally, the whole of Nigeria. But I think it's mostly his fans he's talking to because a lot of intellectual already catch up to his antics. So I will say it's mostly his fans. And should I go into his story? Let me briefly branch into Ubi Franklin's story first. If you guys did not know, Ubi Franklin was accused of stealing a watch. Ubi Franklin is like Chioma's Davido's manager because I remember the story whereby Ubi Franklin said Davido wants him to be Chioma's manager at some point when and ever since he took that on and he did very well with her. So he's been in their life since then and got close to the video. But then after the video's wedding, few days after the wedding, uh, Ubi Franklin was accused of stealing a watch and everybody was carrying the news around that, oh, he stole a watch, blah, blah, blah. But he came out and said that he did not steal any watch. It was a misunderstanding that he wanted to buy the watch. Sorry, you guys. I was just feeling a bit of tightening in my chest right there. So I quickly need to exercise. If you guys don't know, if you're feeling like your chest is tightening or you're feeling like something is coming up, you don't understand it, or even if your blood pressure is a bit high, and you're feeling like something is not right, It could be your blood pressure. This is really good. You cup your hand and you tap in like this, inside your elbow, like right inside. You tap in. You do that maybe like 7, 8 times, and you do the same. You do the same on the other hand. You will feel the difference immediately. I'm just telling you that in case you don't know. It's really good, even than at least before anything happens, you can do that. It actually helps with your circulation a little bit more. I'm not saying don't go to hospital, but it's like a quick fix to whatever is going on, even if it's like a gas, if it's something that is stopping you and you're feeling like you're feeling dizzy or passing out or something, that is a really good thing to do. Or you feel like your blood pressure is high, the moment that is high, do this and wait for like maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes, then you do it. So if you notice I was feeling somehow, but now I feel a bit better to continue. So anyway, long story short, Obi Franklin was accused of this, but he was carrying the news around, and that actually dominated the news circle the following day of Davido's wedding, which kind of take away from the entire thing because then everyone was not talking about Davido and Chiona's wedding. The wedding did not trend more than a day or two. Ubi Franklin's stolen watch started trending, and 3 or 4 days into that, D1 came out. D1 is a comedian that went to Big Brother Nigeria, and a lot of people started noticing more of him when he started putting VDM feet to the fire about his antics and all that. So he came out and he literally said that it was Davido that leaked it out that Ubi Franklin stole a watch. And I'm thinking to myself, why would Davido do that? Did Davido not know that that would be a takeaway from his wedding? And that would take away the trending because, like I told you before, the trending it was supposed to trend in their traditional marriage. VDM took that away by attacking Yabo Ojo. And this time around, if he did that, then he took away his own trending that he was supposed to trend. Anyway, I don't know what happened there, but that was what D1 was accusing that it was Davido that leaked it out that Ubi Franklin stole a watch. But the person they accused already came out and said that that wasn't what happened. I will take it on the face value. After all, he already said that wasn't what happened. So moving on, let's go to should we go to VDM? Yeah, let's go to VDM and we'll go into let's go to this girl that we really want to talk about, Comfort Emerson, and what really happened to that girl. Let me share. I think I might be interchangeably talking about the girl, what happened to the girl. I will give my non-Nigerian the background story into the story of Comfort Emerson. At the same time, I will talk about VDM and why it doesn't even bother me whatever he decided to say because a lot of men were thinking that it was so because they will say something in Yoruba language that ọ̀rọ̀ tí ọlọ́gbọ́n bá sọ ẹnu èèyàn tó ṣí èrè ni wọ́n ti ń gbọ́. Which means if a wise person says something and they say it quietly, is a mad person or is a stupid person that will say it out loud. There are some thoughts that are just a thought. You don't have to say it loud. There are some things that You just keep to yourself. There are sometimes that you see something, you just need to walk up past. So it is the case of this Comfort Emerson and what VDM said. That's why I didn't even really see it as nothing, because a lot of people thought about that. And if you go into comment section, you will see that, excuse me, I am not. Okay. So, but before I go on, I want to talk about VDM and his antics and what he said about his fans. Listen to this video and tell me what he meant by this video, please.
Therefore, tomorrow, when it is your turn, people will now ask for proof before they believe that you did what they said you did. It is becoming a problem slowly, slowly. And I say I have done tests, different tests to see if Nigerians are actually sensible, but they are not. But they are not. You see, today they say, "Oh, very dark man." You say, okay, let me talk about one test I even did to see if they are smart. This issue of group chat. Now, when I finally know, say, guy, the country needs a lot of help. The media is broken. The people are blinded. They are blinded. They can't reason for themselves. Wow. The recent test was with the group chat. You see, when I started posting about the group chat, I posted. Everybody was wondering. They said, "Oh, very dark man. Where very dark man did this group chat?" So simple. Oh, that was Peruzzi. That's Peruzzi. I'm going to call you my brother. So, with the group chat, where very dark man get this group chat? You see, what I did is, fine, I have the group chat, but I had to sit down and draw a map to make sure that they don't deny that they are involved in that group chat. So I needed extra proof, but I still needed them to talk with their mouth. I am a genius. I'm not even going to lie. You know, I didn't go to school, but I am very calculative. I sit down, I did draw map where for things. So when I released the group chat, a lot of people were very dark man get on. Who snitch? Who snitch? Suddenly, the woman will give me the group chat. One of them from the group, somebody come mention her name. Guess what I did? I said I got the group chat for 20 million naira. An average Nigerian is supposed to think that very dark man will buy group chat for 20 million. But he didn't think. I was so disappointed. I just looked at them and said, oh fucking hell. All the tests, everything. Not enter anybody else.
That's what he thinks about his rats.
Because make it make sense. Think about it. Think. Why would very dark man, towards the end of his video, say he buy group chat for 20 million? It is because when I don't define something, the best way to am, when I don't define out. Even now, for this life, I still test that they give now. How I still get them, I don't tell you. I don't tell you not saying a woman, Abi. You can still not find out. But make it make sense. I would very dark man pay 20 million naira. You know how many borehole I go do with 20 million naira? This very dark man like this, where they complain 2 seconds, very dark man don't complain, say, you carry money, go do this thing. Nigerians, they suffer. Then I go use 20 million naira to get.
This guy speaks from both sides of his mouth. He does. Do you know why I said that? He called himself a genius now. Bro, you're not a genius. You're sensible people. We, the sensible people, we knew from day one that you're just trying to clout chase. You don't have no proof, no evidence that they did anything wrong. You confirmed yourself that all you were doing was to whitewash Naira Marley of every wrongdoing to Mohbad. Guy, you are a clown, a real clown. Because what you're saying now is that you're literally telling on your rats. You're telling on them that they are not intelligent enough to know that everything you're doing is just switcheroos. That's what they call it. Switcheroos. It's a ruse. You just switch it, you bait, you try. But if it doesn't work, you come out and be on the high horse and be saying that, oh, I'm just testing you, I'm just doing this, but you failed. They failed. We is not. And the people that are putting your feet to the fire did not, because they catch up to it right immediately. It is your rats that keep going in comment section saying that, wait, you will see, he will release the evidence. What evidence? That Iyabo Ojo was the one that buying Mohbad. The thing is this, I will say this and I'm not going to go back to this thing anymore. What this guy is doing is a content creator. He's no activist. What I've seen him done so far is try to portray image of someone that is dented in the society, to try and clean it up and portray it in a very different light. And he's done it for a couple of people. He tried to do it with that easy music or whatever his name is as well, but it didn't work out. So for me, it's you that did not know that a lot of people actually caught up to your antics. And I see people dragging him saying that, oh, he said you should be happy that your breast is even fine. With the story of Comfort Emerson, like I'm going into her story now. With the story of Comfort Emerson, the thing is this with that story and what VDM said. A lot of people felt the same way. The energy this girl was showing, the video that was released, it shows that this girl is really ready to fight. We don't know what is going on. And VDM is one of these people that want to be the first people that made a video, put a narrative out, and is, get a lot of view on all his social to make money. If not, you will leave it. You will let the story develop, and when the story develops, you can really know the fact and findings of the story. So now, when the story first came out, someone like me, I don't understand what is going on. I said, why are they dragging her out? It seems like the plane is empty. Why don't these people let her walk? Did she refuse to come down? Are they trying to drag her out so that the plane can move? Is the girl giving attitude too much? And they think that the journey cannot continue with her. They need to let her out of the plane. Why are they actually trying to drag this girl out? Those are questions I have when I saw the video, because it's half-baked. Then a lot of people were talking about how she was naked, how she was not wearing a proper attire to the airport. I was of that opinion as well, because I was thinking to myself, you have this kind of attitude, you are this nasty to another human being, slapping the head of your hostess, and you are dressed like this. How you are dressed is how you are dressed. You didn't even wear a bra. You're not even covering up properly. That was what was going through in my mind. I have that discussion with my husband, like, what the hell is going on? But as it got to evening, I realized that the story wasn't what they painted the story to be for us. And I'm going to let you hear the story from an eyewitness that sat on a eye right close to this girl, because this man gave eyewitness account of what went down that led to the dragging out. And I'm just telling you this background story so that you know, to all my non-Nigerians that are here, the story is between this young lady called Comfort Emerson, who had a fracas with air hostess. The video you might have seen might be of this lady slapping the air hostess in the head, knocking the air hostess, and the air hostess was not allowing her to pass. She was doing this, and the lady was tapping her. I'm not hearing whatever she was saying. Maybe let me out or whatever. But everybody was like, wow, this is a terrible behavior. However, the Ibom airline and the people around this air hostess, they only show us the story they want us to have. But when the entire story came out and the eyewitness account came out, guys, it's not what it seems. And also addressing might not be good, but at the same time, when you don't plan to fight or to show a gutter behavior on the airline, I don't think the way she's dressed, because someone said she was wearing a jacket. However, when she was being dragged out, she wasn't wearing a jacket of that outfit. But I will show you a, let me show you a slow-mo, of when they were dragging her and how she got to the stage of the exposure. You won't see the exposure in case you're thinking I'm going to show you. You can go on Twitter and search for that. I'm not going to show you that part, but I'm going to show you a slow-mo video to actually see who naked that girl, who actually stripped her naked. Let's see.
I want us to take a look at this particular incident again to see how this girl was
watching the one that wore
naked
petrol station outfit.
Watch this hand now. Can you see that hand? That hand is from one of the female air hostess. She pulled her hand down to her clothes and she dragged it out. Look how she's putting her hand down there. You look? Could you see that? I put in a slow motion so that we can all see it very well. That hand went to her clothes and dragged the cloth out. Now watch closely. You see how the hand was dragging the cloth? Despite that, the cloth, it seems it was the hook inside was holding the cloth together, but still she was dragging it and the thing was stretching. She made sure she dragged it until she removed the cloth from where it was hooked. Could you see that? So why I'm making this video for those who argue that nobody did, that her clothes was torn on the process. Somebody did. Somebody did. Look at this video very well.
The air hostess did. Did you guys see that? I hope you guys see that video and the hand of the air hostess. The air hostess actually was the one. That's her in glasses. Watch again, watch again, watch again.
To see how this girl was manhandled and naked in the...
Watch it again. You will see that air hostess was the one. She tried the clothes from below. She tried it from the top. She was able to tear a little bit of the top. Then she pulled it. But because it's a stretchy top, the top was just stretching. Her boobs are not coming out. But she knew that the lady was not wearing a bra. So she kept pulling and pulling. But the other air hostess was removing her hand from the curtain she was holding on to. This Comfort was holding on to a curtain You know, when you get in the plane, there's a curtain. So the other air hostess was dragging her hand down, while the one she was fighting with, that's her hand, if you look very well, she was struggling with her top, because she knew she wasn't wearing a bra, and whatever jacket she was wearing at the time, she already pulled it off. So she pulled that thing and her boobs came out. So that air hostess intentionally exposed that girl. That was intentionally done. Now, I want you to watch what the man, the eyewitness, what is it said on the plane. Let me show you what the eyewitness said. We're gonna watch this.
I think he was sitting on the same row on the other on the part of that row. He's a lawyer, he's a legal practitioner, and a passenger on that Ibom flight from Uyo to Lagos. David Ogebe joins us virtually. Mr. David, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you coming. I'm also excited to the fact that you're a lawyer. So we saw your statements. You released your statement, and I wish I could get to part of that statement, maybe later. But you gave your own account of exactly what played out. If I summarize that statement, you are basically saying this lady was triggered. At no point did she refuse. But I'm not going to speak for you. You were on that flight. So tell us, where were you seated, your seat number, where was she seated, and what exactly happened that things escalated to the point? Because what you're going to tell us now is what none of us is... So none of us is privy to what you're about to tell us now. We've only had a statement from Ibom Air, and now a lawyer who was not in that plane but briefed by Comfort has spoken, but you are an eyewitness. So, Barrister, tell us what played out.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I'm a lawyer, but I'm appearing this morning, and I'd like to just stick to that. Now, I was sitting to her immediate left. So I was on the aisle seat to the left. She was on the aisle seat to the right. So my seat number was 14B. There was a gentleman to my left who was on 14A. So her own seat number should be either 14C or D. I think the window seat is 14D, while she was 14C on the aisle. So we're right next to each other, and it was a small plane. So I think the distance between us was no more than 2 feet. Yeah, so I heard everything. I saw all that transpired. And yes, she was triggered. Even though the lady...
This was before they take off from Uyo or wherever they are coming from. I think it's from Uyo to Lagos. Like you can see on the boarding pass, from Uyo to Lagos. So this man is on the same flight, but he's a lawyer, and he said Comfort was triggered. So,
air hostess, the second air hostess who was speaking to her, was directing all her instructions to her. Just me sitting down there, I actually felt humiliated myself, just looking at the way the lady was being spoken to. To be fair, Ibom Air instructed very clearly. The first air hostess that came instructed very clearly, go airplane mode, switch off your phone. After takeoff, then you can put on and put flight mode. So it was very clear. The first air hostess addressed us on the emergency exit road protocols. After she did that, she spoke to Miss Emerson and said, please switch off your phone. She told her twice, and then this first air hostess left to continue her duties. The second air hostess, who is the one blocking exactly who is being shown now, that second air hostess now came towards us in the emergency exit and stood, even from her posture, see that she came for trouble, and Miss Emerson had been fiddling with her phone. I noticed she was trying to do some stuff, I don't know. And so she told her again, switch off your phone, switch off your phone. And Miss Emerson said clearly to her, I heard it. She said, please, The buttons on my phone for switch off are not working. They are not working, so I don't know how to switch it off. And the woman said, no, switch off your phone. So that back and forth went on. So at a point, that's the second hostess said, look, you're even using an iPhone. So you don't need a button to switch it off. So the lady said, okay, I don't know how to do it. Can you do it for me? And she said, I'm not touching your phone. I'm not touching your phone. Just switch it off. She said, I don't know what to do. So the lady now said, okay, go to settings. Then when you go to settings, go to general. So the girl was holding and I said, see, please, I can't understand what you're saying. I can't read. I don't know what you're saying. You're saying where I should go to.
Excuse me. This man said something there. Sorry, I quickly want to address that. He said, Comfort told the air hostess that, see, I can't read. I don't know how to get there. At some point, I'm thinking to myself, is she taking a mic? Is she trying to make it a joke? Or can she not actually read? Because with what this man is saying, she told the air hostess that I can't read. Is she just dyslexia or she's an illiterate? Because someone actually posted something today, I think it's a makeup artist, saying that all these promises they are making for her, there's a lot of graduates that are well read, that don't have a job, and you are proposing to start giving this girl 500,000 for what job? She's an illiterate, for God's sake. And I think it's coming from this interview whereby she said it herself that she cannot read. So which means maybe she didn't go to higher institution or secondary school, tertiary institution, because how can a grown up like that in Nigeria and you cannot read? It's really strange. That's why I believe maybe she's just taking a mic.
The woman, the second hostess now told her, I don't have time for your nonsense. Please just switch it up. She said, okay. She said, Martin, now asked, can you spell a general? So the air hostess started actually saying G, okay, G, then E. Wow. So that was the point that the gentleman on my left and I said, come on, what's going on? Calm, don't speak to her like this. The second air hostess did not even acknowledge her. She didn't even to my side to even see that someone was speaking. So at that point, I asked the gentleman to arrive. I said, please, can you just help this lady? I don't use an iPhone. I've never used an iPhone, so I'm not too familiar with settings and all of that. So the gentleman to arrive now took the phone and started trying to sort it out. So when that was going on, Miss Emerson started talking to the second air hostess. I said, why are you embarrassing her like this? Why? Why? And then the air hostess told her, you better keep quiet now. If you say another word, I will deal with you.
What?
That was when Miss Emerson flared up and started cursing. I cannot say the things that she was actually saying because the language was very flowery and X-rated, I can't say. So that was when this second air hostess said, okay, you proceed. And then she left and went towards the front of the airplane. She never came back. At least I don't recollect her coming back through the aisle throughout the flight. So that is exactly what transpired. So after that happened, the gentleman to the right switched off the phone or whatever it was he did. And a couple of passengers tried to say, switch off your phone, don't risk our lives, blah, blah, blah. And then we told them, no, that's not what happened. She never said she wasn't going to switch off her phone. She was trying to switch off her phone. She said she had issues switching it off. And so the passengers calmed down and we took off. So that is what happened. But it was clear, at least to us on the emergency exit row, it was clear that there was a problem here. It needed to be handled very well.
So that was what transpired that was before all of the other things started happening. This man was an eyewitness to everything that went down inside the craft. And you can see, she was triggered. But at the same time, I always say one thing. You don't have the ability or maybe the capacity to control the action of others, but you have the ability, the capacity if you're willing to control your own actions. So, in this case, what I see there is that these Ibom air people, they put out the narratives they want us to see. They never talk about how they trigger this young lady, knowing that she is one of these people you can trigger easily. They knew right from the beginning that she has a bit of anger issue and they can trigger her easily. You know, when people find out that they can trigger you, and a lot of people keep saying, oh, they trigger. So many people are triggered, but they don't get triggered. Do you know why? Because they manage their anger rather than managing the incidents. Incidents that already occur. When you are managing it, remediating it, it might be too much. But when you manage your anger, protect before it happens, is better. I will see that is better than going to that stage. So anyway, the long and the short of this story is that this air hostess triggered her. Maybe she's beefing her. Maybe something happened and she's not happy with her. Maybe all the swearing that this man said Comfort was doing, maybe it was getting to her, but because she was on the job, she was pretending. And to now get to the stage where they are dragging her, because like I told you in the beginning, I have those questions. But I have answer to my question. This year, Hostess has planned everything ahead for this young lady. Because why would you not let her just go out easily? Enjoy and leave you in peace. She is triggering you for you to be so angry, to be pulling her top. But when everyone is coming out, why would you not let her come out? Because what happened is that they did not allow her to come out. When you did not allow her to come out, what was the intention? What was your plan for this young lady? That is the first question to this here hostess. Second question is that, what do you profit in making her naked? Even though this girl, this Comfort lady, when I went on her page, her live, she deleted most of her picture, but some are still posting there. She is half naked herself most of the time on her Instagram. She literally left nothing to be wondering. Like nothing is left. Maybe her kidney and her liver and her private parts that she's covering. In most of her pictures, her dancing pictures, seductively, all of these things are out. It doesn't mean she really wants all her books out there. That air hostess is diabolical. She is ghetto ratchet ass person to do something like that. This girl top did not turn. She pulled it. And you call yourself a woman. This is what I always say. I'm not all these people that support women blindly, like, oh, women supporting women, blind support. No. I want everybody to take accountability for whatever it is they've done. But that Ibom airline air hostess, she needs to take accountability for her part in all of this. So that will now segue me into saying that the moment everyone sees the first video, how she acted, how she was ducking heads, and when someone actually came out and said that these people did not want her to go out, even one pastor tried to interfere and they literally shut him down and tell him to go out. And my question about why they are not letting her walk out, I still don't have answer. Because that year was testing to explain what did she do? What transpired before this lady started knocking your head? Well, what I noticed is that the air hostess is not allowing her to go out. That is why she started knocking, clicking her head like that. Even though I won't do that, I always say one thing: keep your hand to yourself. Decorum, decorum, always, all the time. You need to have decorum. If this lady triggered you, trying to not let you pass, you should have known something is about to go down. Number one, that jacket you have on your shirt, whether it's hot or cold, put it on first. Zip it. Take off your wig. Ready for whatever is going to happen. But don't do the first kick. No, don't. Don't let them trigger you to that extent. So then they've done it, and all these things happen, and they say, oh, we're banning her. From banning her, when they realized that, oh, this is not what happened, they said, oh, okay, we lifted all the ban, blah, blah, blah. And before you know it, all these men started coming out of the wood, out of the wood, out of the woodwork, started promising her land, house, cars, building, everything. I'm adding to it, obviously. But I've seen someone said they promised her a land. Someone promised her a trip. All of these people are men. And I'm like, are you guys actually serious? Or you are trying to, get something out of this? It doesn't look genuine to me. All of you guys coming out of the woodwork, promising her heaven and earth, saying all because of the treatment. Is it because of the treatment or because of the fine, beautiful, bubblicious that you guys are seeing? Because it's all guys. The female are literally saying that, oh, this is wrong, she was triggered, all these rebel feminists, modern day feminists, oh, she was triggered, she was this, she was that. They were not talking about how, no matter the trigger people give you, how to control your anger. You need to learn to do that, irrespective of how much people triggered you. So then, if you read comments of where they were talking about the gift they were giving her, you will laugh. If you are bored, just go on any page talking about, oh, someone is coming out, they want to give comfort. Ever seen this? Someone said, may the best gifter win. May the best Odogu win. This is becoming a competition. It seems like that. Then one aide to governor of Delta or something, I don't know, state comes out and said that I promise you 500,000 every month. And people were like, for what? Are you offering her a job? And this lady sums it up well. She came out, even though a lot of people were against her, saying that, oh, you are wrong for that, you are foul for saying that, you shouldn't have said that, blah, blah, blah. But I understand where she's coming from, even though it's a bit harsh. I might not put it that way. To me, it seems a bit harsh, but at the same time, she's saying the truth. Like, this is someone that said they don't even know how to switch off their iPhone. It's not because of switching on and off of iPhone alone. It's also the fact that she also said, I can't understand general when they were spelling general to her. That was what offed me. Like, are you serious or joking? That's why I said maybe she was just taking a mic. Like, she didn't mean it like that. She know what they were talking about. She was just trying to take a mic by saying that Can you spell the general? And when they were spelling it to her, she literally said she can't read. It seems strange for someone to now offer her 500,000 for what? So at the end of the day, there are so many graduates who are looking for a job that will get fraction of that will be happy to actually get fraction of that, but you're not offering them. But because you don't see Bobby, these people was doing competition. That's all I say there. Anyway, congrats to her. Whether she goes to school, she did not go to school, she can do business. She can do a lot of things for herself. But what I know is that comfort is like a body, but at the same time, comfort needs to look for something to do. Before this trend dies down, this is her time. She should look for a business. She should start something. If she doesn't have a business, she should start a business. Use this opportunity to create something for herself and not to rely on all these men doing, Yoruba will say one, doing competition sort of. I'm trying to look for the Yoruba word for it. One takaka or something like that. Like they are doing competition over her. I will give you this, I will give you that. May the best man win. Even someone said, what about the person that wrote a ticket? That's how less they thought of this girl, that she couldn't even buy her own flight tickets. And like I said, there was this makeup artist that came out and said that there are so many graduates that don't even have a job. You're not offering them a job. All you're doing is, do competition with others and be offering her all of these things, which when I look at some of it true, it doesn't make any sense to me. But at the same time, it's a luck, because so far, I've not seen anyone offer this girl anger management class, because she still needs that. Don't forget. But those air hostess, they did her dirty, really, really dirty. But she needs anger management too. Because if people can trigger you to the extent that you're kicking, fighting, even when they pull out your dress, they pull it. The clothes she was wearing is not exposing her like that. They literally pull it. It's possible that you can see it, but she's still covered. And that air hostess doesn't have to behave, this gutter behavior that you need to expose someone to show that you are winning. But at the same time, she needs to go to like anger management class as well to control her anger. She has anger issue that needs to be controlled. She needs to have decorum. Anyway, I'm going to end this video by showing you Mr. Center of Attention in Nigeria right now, VDM. The stunt he pulled on the plane because he was actually traveling and he decided
Just in case you don't value your life, we value our life. Please, with all due respect, if you know say you don't go abide by the laws, I know listen to flight attendant. Won't give you your flight money, may come down. If the flight attendant is talking, say switch off your phone. Please switch off your phone. We value our lives. Your network can interfere with the flights, whatever thing that they are doing there. So please do not disrespect the flight attendant. And just in case you disrespect, they can't hold you. Your breast open. We go see video and we go post them online. And as a man, if your penny is open, we go see post them online. We not do sentiment. You not go risk our life because of your arrogance and your pride. So thank you very much, people.
Thank you.
All right.
So that's how this one turned himself to air hostess. That's how he turned himself to air hostess and started giving people direction, simply because a lot of people were dragging him that he doesn't like women. He always comes for women. He always says derogatory stuff. Mario, comedian, that guy that has been putting, one of the guys putting his feet to fire when he started fighting Yabojo. This guy literally put a compilation together of how he talks to ladies. He doesn't have respect for female, to be honest. He speaks to them anyhow. But I'm not surprised, to be honest. I'm not. I'm not. The way he's calling Yabojo can give back to him if she give back as a teenager. And so you can tell, they said, so at the end of the day, he is who he is. He has a main character syndrome and he needs to be seen everywhere he goes. So to me, everything is his pocket. He fights for his pocket, even though he claimed that he's fighting for other people. Because I'm seeing some other videos of him talking about the Dre, simply because he saw Dre. We all knew that this Dre was the one that gave Mohbad's dad the 2 million naira the day Mohbad died so that they can bury him. But then the Dre was not the one that asked the money. It was actually Davido that told Dre to give them that 2 million naira. Then now he is literally accusing that whoever gives that money has a mission. So are you saying Davido has a mission to buy Mohbad again? Or are you saying Davido is one of the people of the music industry that comes together just to destroy Naira Marley? They did that to Mohbad or what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it. But at the same time, I'm looking and seeing all this play out. Like I said about VDM, Yoruba will say Ìgbéraga ló máa ń ṣíwájú ìparun. If you get what I'm saying, pride comes before the fall. Pride will always come before the fall. This guy claimed he's a genius, but all his moves are not even mediocre. He's far from mediocre, talk less of being a genius. The moves are far from being a mediocre, talk less of being a genius. So I don't see him as a genius. His rats might see him as a genius, but not somebody like me, because for over 1 year ago, I've been saying it. Nǹkan tí àgbàlagbà ti wà ìbárí lórí ìjókòó tí ọmọdé VDM bá gùgì ìrókò kò lè rí. Whatever we the elders see sitting down, if VDM climbed the Mount Everest, you will not see it. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to leave now. I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just want to bring that story to you. Comfort Emerson has become a sensation due to diabolical gutter behavior of the Ibom ear hostess, because she was the one that exposed her. However, I want someone to present her with anger management gift. Comfort really need that, especially moving forward in life, achieving great things, because I wish this young lady success. If truly she's not educated, maybe she will get some education and really understand how to spell and read. Anyway, you guys, have a lovely week. Enjoy your week. Thank you so much for coming on. And I will see what I can do during the week, just like I came on during the week to do a video. I might decide to come on, and if you have a story to share with me, those are my details running through below here. Reach out to me. It's free. You can reach out to me through my DM on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Snapchat. It's the same name, Debbie Fashstar. And if you come across this video, my name is Debbie. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Share if you like it. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great week ahead of you, full of great things and great testimony. Bye.